There are more than 1,000 observers here with me in Caracas that were watching today this seminar. This seminar, there was an engineer, the person who was behind the entire machine, the tool that is going to make sure that the election process is a democratic one. This tool is both a machine, meaning it's computerized, and as well it brings out a paper, so it's both ways. So you can't say that it's rigged because it's electronic, and you can't say that the ballot box is not being counted properly because they are linked together. So basically the engineer was explaining to us how the election will happen, how people will approach the polling stations, how they will choose from the app, from the tool, from the machine on screen. They will choose whoever they want. Their name will not be shown. It will not be seen who did the voting process, but when the voter chooses his candidate, there will be a paper that comes out of that machine. He takes that paper, the paper has the name of the candidate written on it, and he takes that paper and put it also in the ballot box. So you have it electronically and also by count on paper. This is how it's going to be, and it's going to be all over Venezuela. It's also going to be, for example, he was explaining, in areas that are usually far for people to travel and come to certain central areas, so it's decentralized. People can reach somewhere near their houses and find a polling station. Even people who are in prison, who are not indicted with a very big crime, if they still have their right to vote, if they didn't lose it because of their indictment, they can practice their democratic choice of voting in the polling stations found in prisons as well, but not in hospitals, because there was a question about hospitals. He said it's a bit hard to do that because people need to physically go to the polling station even if they are in the hospital, and sometimes that's hard. And he was explaining how the counting process will happen. And also it's very important to know that during the day of elections on July 28, even if people in the polling stations are supposed to close at 6, but even if people continue to come after 6, the polling stations will remain open hour by hour until everyone was able to cast their ballot for this elections. And he was saying that by 10 a.m. The day after, the result should be finalized. And he basically reiterated how important it is for us to be here and to tell the world about this process, this democratic process that is being attacked before it even happens.
So this process is new. It's brand new. It's the first time it's gonna be in action, right? Is it done to combat the fraud claims that happened in the last elections?
It is to combat the fraud claims, especially that the West has been working heavily on manipulating and on implanting in the seed of basically in the mental model of the Venezuelan people and the Western audience as well, to make them think that this election is either a fraud election or a rigged election, or it's undemocratic. But we have the Carter Center that says that this is the most successful electronic process in voting in the world. Literally, this is what the Carter Center said. They said that what the choice that Venezuela took by having both machine and paper in voting stations would eliminate any fraudulent actions or any attempt to rig the elections. So there you have it. A person actually usually believed by the West saying that, which ended up making Western leaders claim that this is not the truth and start initiating their own line of thought about how this process should be or should not be, when in practice it is the people of Venezuela who should decide how this process should or should not be. And if they are willing to engage and participate in this process, then it is their choice and no one can tell them otherwise.